Imagine being at the loudest point in your life. The spotlights are blinding. The cheers of thousands of people are shaking your chest. But inside your head, you feel a crushing silence. In moments like that, a person needs only one thing, a place to return to. And for Jungkook, that place isn't a room, a stage, or an award. It's a person. In a voice barely above a whisper, he confessed, "Only Jimin can calm my mind." A simple sentence, but enough to make millions of hearts tremble. That confession wasn't just sweet words in the air. It was born from a long journey, from years of rigorous training, pressure, and doubt rarely seen on camera. Jungkook is known as the golden magne, perfect in the eyes of many. But beneath that perfection lies a fragile side known only to those closest to him. And above all, Jimin has always been there, like an anchor keeping the ship steady in the midst of a storm. Their relationship wasn't built overnight. Since their trainee days, the two have shared cramped practice rooms, sleepless nights, and equally big dreams. The younger Jungkook often feels burdened by expectations, while Jimin, with his natural empathy, is attuned to mood swings. Without a word, he knows when to approach, when to remain silent, and when to simply offer a small smile that means everything. There's something about Jimin's presence that's calming. Not because he always has the solution, but because he provides a sense of security. Jungkook has often looked anxious before performances, his breath short, his mind preoccupied with stress. But as soon as Jimin touches his shoulder or gives him a brief hug, his expression changes. It's as if the chaotic world has suddenly found its rhythm again. For many, a hug is just a simple gesture. But for them, a hug is a language that says, "I'm here." A language that requires no lengthy explanation. Jungkook is often seen leaning on Jimin, not out of weakness, but because he completely trusts that the person beside him won't let him fall. That kind of trust can't be faked. Interestingly, their relationship is also full of laughter. Beneath the emotional moments, there are jokes, mischief, and a childlike energy that keeps everything light. Jungkook can transform into a cheerful figure when he's with Jimin, as if the burdens he's carrying suddenly disappear. And Jimin, with his signature smile, seems to relish the role of being the one who makes the magne feel free to be himself. When the pressures of the entertainment industry feel overwhelming, silent support often means more than words of encouragement. Jimin doesn't always offer lengthy advice. Sometimes he just sits beside Jungkook, listening without judgment. In a world full of criticism, having someone who accepts him unconditionally is a rare gift. Jungkook's confession about the serenity he finds in Jimin reveals a human side rarely seen publicly. He's not just an idol with extraordinary abilities, but also someone who needs emotional support like anyone else. And the fact that he feels safe expressing it shows the depth of their bond. Many fans see their closeness as sweet. But more than that, their relationship reflects the kind of family chosen, not born. They grow together, fail together, and succeed together. Such a bond is often stronger than blood. There are times when Jungkook seems to lose confidence, but Jimin is always the first to remind him of his abilities. Not with effusive praise, but with genuine confidence. A confidence that keeps Jungkook standing tall. Their emotional intimacy is also evident in the little things. A glance, a brief smile, or a light touch on the back. Things that might go unnoticed by others, but are obvious to them. Such unspoken communication only occurs when two people truly understand each other. Jimin himself has shown how much he cares for Jungkook, often checking in on him even when the cameras aren't rolling. He makes sure Jungkook eats well, gets enough rest, and isn't too hard on himself. This consistent care creates a deep sense of security. In a career full of uncertainty, having one person who is always stable is a blessing. Jungkook finds that stability in Jimin. And perhaps that's why he's been able to develop into such a confident artist, because he knows there's someone there to catch him if he falls. Their relationship also taught us that strength doesn't mean standing alone. In fact, true strength often comes when we dare to rely on others. Jungkook showed that even someone who seems perfect still needs a shoulder to cry on. Fans felt that warmth. Every small interaction between them felt authentic, not contrived. And that authenticity was what touched so many. They saw two people supporting each other, not just colleagues on the same stage. Sometimes, happiness was evident in the way Jungkook laughed more freely when he was with Jimin. It was a laugh that was unforced, uncontrolled, and full of honesty. It was a sign that he felt completely at ease. And such comfort only comes with someone he truly trusts. Jimin seemed to find similar happiness. He often expressed pride in Jungkook, like an older brother watching his younger sibling grow into an extraordinary person. This dynamic created a beautiful balance, a give and take. Ultimately, Jungkook's confession wasn't just about who could comfort him. It reflected the purest human connection, trust, support, and unconditional love. Something everyone longs for in life. Their bond is a reminder that in a stressful world, having one person who truly understands us is everything. No matter how successful we are, true serenity often comes from genuine connection. And perhaps that's why their story is so touching. Because behind the glitz and glamour of the stage, they demonstrate something so simple, that home isn't a place, but a person. For Jungkook, that home is Jimin. When Jungkook talks about the serenity he found in Jimin, many might think it's just a fleeting emotional expression. But for those who have followed BTS's journey from the beginning, those words feel like puzzle pieces finally fitting together. Over the years, so many small moments have shown that their relationship isn't mere coincidence, but a connection that's grown through time, hardship, and trust tested time and time again. There are long nights after concerts, when physical exhaustion combines with mental stress. In such circumstances, people typically withdraw. But Jungkook often seeks out Jimin, not to talk long, but simply to be near him. The presence of someone who understands without explanation is often more healing than 1,000 words of advice. Interestingly, Jimin never tries to be a savior. He doesn't position himself as stronger or more knowledgeable. He's simply there as a friend, as a brother, as someone willing to share his burdens. It's precisely this simplicity that makes his support feel genuine and non-pressuring. Jungkook doesn't feel like he has to be perfect in front of him. Their relationship is also full of dynamic growth. They have had disagreements, have experienced frustrations with each other, but they always come back to the same point: caring for each other. Small conflicts don't damage their bond, they strengthen it. Because every problem they solve together creates a new layer of trust. Many people don't realize that emotional calm often comes from feeling understood. Jimin has the rare ability to read Jungkook's moods before he even expresses them. His attention to small details, changes in tone of voice, facial expressions, or body language, is evidence that he's truly paying attention. On the other hand, Jungkook provides the same support. He may seem more likely to receive comfort, but he also serves as a source of strength for Jimin. On several occasions, he shows his concern in simple yet meaningful ways, making sure Jimin isn't alone, laughing with him, or simply keeping him company without a clear purpose. This kind of relationship creates a positive cycle. When one person feels empowered by support, they are better able to support others. The emotional energy they share doesn't stop between them, but spreads throughout the team, even to the fans watching from afar. There's something deeply human about their story. They aren't perfect characters in a fictional story. They are two individuals learning to grow together, supporting each other when the world feels tough, and celebrating when the good times come. It's this emotional honesty that connects so many people. Ultimately, perhaps this is the point. In the midst of a demanding life, finding that one person who can put your mind at ease is the greatest gift. And for Jungkook, the fact that that person is Jimin isn't just about friendship. It's about an emotional home he can always return to whenever he needs it.